As we approach GTA 6's release date, a lot of people have had a lot of anxiety about it getting delayed again, me included, obviously. And even though the entire GTA community is on the edge of their seat, if you really look closely at how video game publishers work, and specifically Rockstar and their publisher Take-Two, I can almost guarantee you we will know whether or not GTA 6 will be on track within the next, what's today? The 23rd? Within the next like 3-4 weeks, I would say. The entirety of all our hopes and dreams about GTA 6 all bank on one major day, if you ask me, and a lot of the other, this isn't me, I'm not an expert, the quote-unquote experts in the community. That day is May 21st, so like I said, like 3-4 weeks, I don't know exactly, I can't count in my head. But the reason that's not a random day, it's the day that Take-Two Interactive has their investors call. So even though most of you know this, you guys are mostly adults, or even if you're not, if you paid attention in business class, which I'm gonna be honest, you're watching this video, you probably didn't, but stupid. A company, like a large public company, has a shareholders, and every quarter there's a shareholder meeting. You know, they call and they give everyone like the deets. So like a company, obviously the investors want the company to do good, so you get to know if the company's making money, if the CEO is doing his job, and importantly for us, if the products the company is shipping are going good and going on track. And obviously GTA 6 is Take-Two's biggest product ever, obviously. So even though like they're not gonna be like, okay guys, GTA 6 is delayed, isn't delayed. I'm not even gonna say that because they might, but they probably won't come out and say it like that. We're gonna get a lot of information if you read between the lines and how they talk on that call, you know? And if I remember correctly, like 1 or 2 investor calls ago, one of the investors, like the representatives, so they could ask questions or like the poll, they talked to the CEO Strauss Zelnick and they asked them why they're not marketing the game, which is a valid question because most games market a little bit more than GTA 6 this close to release date, hopefully. And Strauss Zelnick, the CEO, he responded. I don't remember exactly what he said. He said basically that this is how Rockstar does their shit, you know? So, and he did say there's gonna be marketing beats in the summer. So if you look at any past Rockstar game, it's usually radio silence until like right now. So he just explained to them, okay, boom, 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 we gotta hit our beats, which is good news. Now, you might be wondering why me specifically, I'm harping on May 21st so much because, like I said, there's been what, if they're quarterly, there's been 8 investor calls since GTA 6 been announced. So you're like, what the fuck? Why does this one matter? Well, this is where we gotta start talking about development cycles and how GTA 6 works, because GTA 6 really is a massive project. So obviously, a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about. So for a big project like GTA 6, obviously the scheduling of the game is very important for any video game. Period. I've worked as a game developer for indie games before. It's crazy with the indie game. I can't even imagine what it's like for GTA 6, right? So the game has been developed for a goddamn long time. The leaks from 2022 said it's been in full development for 7 years, and like partial like development or pre-development for 14 years. So this game was in development when I was 5 years old, which is insane. But if we want to pull this back into the investors call, Rockstar has been working their ass off on this game for, like I said, more than half the time I've been alive. So they always have to be very careful with the release dates and delaying it and stuff like that, because you have a very thin margin you want to hit. Because if you release it too early, and like just dump it out, end up with like a piece of shit like Saints Row 4 or like Cyberpunk. I don't even want to talk about that. But if you wait forever, you get games like Half-Life 3 or Elder Scrolls that just don't ever come out, or if they do come out, it's a fucking disappointment. Because I want to play GTA 6, but if this shit hypothetically, right? Imagine all you, if GTA 6 came out when you were like 40 years old, like there's gonna be some hype there, but the majority of it is just gone because you have to wait forever. That's what people are feeling like with other franchises like Duke Nukem or Duke Nukem. Who cares about Duke Nukem? But like Half-Life or Elder Scrolls, you know? That's why last year we all got heartbroken when in November we were like all like chilling. Oh, GTA 6 is coming out in 6 months, but then it got delayed because they don't want to end up in one of those situations, you know? I think if I remember, y'all would know. Y'all are probably bigger dorks than I am about this. Their tweet said something like they have to deliver like the quality we expect from Rockstar, which that's fair. Like I said, that's very fair for a video game, you know? Guys, I know it sounds like I'm like going crazy, but we gotta lay down the timeline here, right? So GTA 6 got delayed last year when it was 6 months away. So, and by the time this investor call rolls around May 21st, the current release date we have is about 6 months away. And this is no theory. A lot of video games, most video games, 6 months is kind of like the concrete point, you know? Like, it's a go or no. Have you ever seen like a rocket launch? Y'all saw Artemis 2? It's a go or no go. Like they're like, okay, are we doing it or not? You know, so if they're gonna say, okay, we're releasing it, or saying, oh, screw it, we gotta delay it again. Because if you delay it like too close to release date, people don't like that. You know, and another big thing is May 21st is very like late for an investor's call. You know, a lot of the times, like in last year's, they've been like April 20th to like May 15th. So a lot of people, including this guy, GTA 6 Countdown on Twitter, I'm gonna credit him. He's a lot smarter than I am. He came up with this theory. They think that the trailer 3, which we're all know, it's coming out soon. It's gonna come out before the investors call, so the investors could get hyped up and the stock could go up and all that stuff employed people care about, you know. So that's actually a really common business strategy. So it would get the fans excited, the investors excited, because you go on that phone call and Rockstar's leadership could be like, hey guys, we got a trailer, we got 8 billion views in 2 fucking seconds, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that the investors call is later is actually really good news if you guys are looking forward to trailer 3. When the investor call happens, even if they don't say, okay guys, there's a 0% chance it gets delayed, because there's never a 0% chance it gets delayed, but what they're gonna say to the investors is like, yo, we're locked in, we're doing this, basically. You know what I mean? By like having that investors call after a trailer comes out. Because the odds are they probably won't delay the game again. But we're scared, you know? We're scared because it happened last time. But all the signs that this investor call being later point towards everything going pretty well with the game. And obviously, they're not going to get a lot closer release date and delay it. Like, if we don't hear about a delay by like June at the latest, we're chilling. You know, because if you look at the news, if you guys don't believe me, like, that's a rock solid rule the developers follow. Like, any developer. Like, if y'all remember, Cyberpunk came out a few years ago. It was supposed to come out in November, and like a week, 2 weeks before, it got delayed a month. And then that game was dog shit. And even with movies, the Mortal Kombat movie was supposed to come out in October. It got delayed right before it came out. As much as I love those like Mortal Kombat, Carl Urban, that movie's gonna be ass. I could just tell. When you delay something that close to the release date, that's bad news. That means that it's like, yo, it's the fucking picture with SpongeBob. Like, shit is going wrong. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not worried for GTA 6. Rockstar pros, like I said, they wouldn't do anything crazy like Cyberpunk did, because as much as CD Projekt Red, the developers of Cyberpunk, are smart, Rockstar are just like a different behemoth, in my opinion. So I think they're gonna follow a pretty standard schedule. Right now, we're about like 7.5 months away from the expected release date of GTA 6, and if you want to look at history, both GTA 5 and Red Dead 2's trailer 3 released in April or May, and the games came out later in that year. So GTA 5 had that trailer with Trevor, Michael, and Franklin, like the 3 trailers that came out April 20th, 2013, around then. I was 5 years old, so I don't remember. But I do remember Red Dead 2 gameplay trailer came out in May. I remember that. I was like 11. That was fun. So yeah, but they're like gameplay trailers. Like the final big trailer was always in April or May. And for GTA 5, that was 5 months before the game came out. For Red Dead, it was 7 months. So the evidence supports that we're getting a trailer as soon as the game's coming out, you know? So by the time, like I said, May is make or break. So you guys are really banking on GTA 6 coming out in November, which I am, and I think you should watch for May, chat. I know I've been waiting for it since I was like 9 years old, and you guys probably for longer, you know? So, but I'm hyped because, like I said, May is make or break for GTA 6. But if you guys are looking forward to May 21st, which is like, it's like a reckoning day, you know? It seems to be like a big day in the community, not just me. The smarter people on Twitter have also agreed with me on this. Well, I agreed with them. I didn't come up with this first. I'm not that smart. But make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll be doing a bunch more content as we get closer, you know? Like, that's gonna be it. Maybe I'll stream the investors call. Like, I don't know. It'll be cool, but check it out because y'all gotta believe me on this. But that's all I got for y'all today.